Hi everyone and welcome back. So let's create a simple to-do library which will just store the to-do items in an array. So what we will do is we will just write a simple to-do class. So let's quickly add that. So this is a to-do class which will have a constructor, and inside a constructor we have this dot to-dos initialized with empty array, and then we have different methods like list, which will just return whatever we have inside this list. And then we have another methods like add. You wanted to add a to-do item. So what the add will do is it will create a simple object const to-do item, and that will have title which you just passed and simple completed. That is false. Okay, and what we can do is this dot to do's dot push. We can push this to do item. Then simply there are other methods like you can also mark a particular to do item complete, and in this function we will take a title as input. Let me zoom it a little bit. So now we have a complete function. What the complete function will do is we can do it in multiple possible ways. First we can check, okay, the item is available or not. Const found. This we can do using this dot to do's dot find, and find is simple as I dot title equal to the title we have passed. If this is not found, right, that means we can throw error here that to do item not found, and we will validate it through the test case also. Rest we can say this dot to do's, and we will run a loop onto this dot to do's dot map, and we have whatever the new array we are getting, we are assigning back it to the to do's. So it's like we are getting a new array and we are updating the existing to do's. Okay, and here we can just check if I dot title is equal to the title which we are looking for, then just completed. This is the property, sorry for the typo, and it is become true. And if this is done, we will just return the I for each and every iteration. We are just marking one of them as a true. That's it. So this dot to do's, and then we can just say module dot exports to do's. This is a simple to do class. Okay, our class is done. Now what we can do is we can go to our to do test.js. We can require this. First of all, require this to do class, and how we are going to import. Simply we need to go inside src lib to do's. That's it. Now what assertions we are going to make, because this is a library, so we are going to use the same set of blocks. First of all, let's finish these. Okay, so first to describe what it says is we are going to test the happy path. Okay, this is like to do library, and we are going to check to do functional happy path, and we will just talk about simple to do functions, right? We have different functions in to do. So what we can do is it, and it's all synchronous, right? To do equal to new to do, we are getting the object of the class, and now we can, let's say we are adding something, to do dot add, 1. Similarly, we can add few more items, and here we can check expect to do dot list, because this is a function, first of all, to be defined to not equals null, right? We can use all these different assertions. If this is not null, then what it is returning dot length, because it is returning array, dot length to equals, this should be equal to 3 because we have added a 3 items, right? And then we can do a lot of other assertions also. Here we are checking the length. We can do a deep equals to do dot list. It should return as an array, right? So what we will do is, first of all, let's make it fail. We will see what we are getting. So we'll just do npm run test, and this one is failing. Here expected type error to do dot list is not iterable. Okay, to do dot list is not iterable dot length. We are trying to access. Let's see what mistake we have done. So to do dot list, this dot to do's. Okay, this is our class. This dot to do's. Oh, sorry. This should be this dot to do's. Okay, everything is fine. We'll run the test case again, and now because we have written fail first, we will know what we are getting, right? We are getting this particular object. We can also do console.log, so we can put the same thing for our comparison. Run this again, and then we have to do a deep equals here. Okay, we are getting this as an output. So what we will do is to deep dot equal, and here we can pass this object, format this, and we are good. Now we don't need to do a console.log. It should pass all the test cases because now we are comparing everything correctly. Okay, this is simple happy path, you can say, right? And we can add a few more test cases. We can mark completed. Okay, now we are creating another new object. Let's say I'm adding only one element, and it should be equal to 1 now. These test cases should simply pass. Now what I'm doing is, let's say I'm marking one test case, one particular to do item as complete, to do dot complete, and I'm passing the title is 1. Then if I go and do the list again, then completed should become true, right? And this test case should pass if my logic is completely correct and everything is passing, right? So we are able to mark item completed. Now you can add few more items. I mean, you can write a number of test cases. Let's say I'm adding 2, and now this particular section will become, so 1 is completed, which is true, and there is another title which is not completed, so that will still be a false. So simple test cases we have written with the help of this assertion library. We missed something, looks like. Okay, we missed comma here, and we can actually do a watch also on all these test cases, so we don't miss any particular test case, right? So this is a simple library we have written. We are using deep equals to undefined, defined. We are just checking this particular function should not be null. Then we are extracting the value, and then we are doing a deep equals. We are completing one particular to-do item, and then we are comparing it. And here we are using assertion library chai.expect. Similarly, you can also use assert, should. All these are assertion libraries. and this is how we are easily able to do the test case for this particular simple class. Okay, thanks everyone.